practice some balancing poses, as well as adding some poses to release tension. So balancing poses can help us build not only our physical but also mental balance, helping us to better navigate through our lives, and gives us a chance to practice and build our skills of focus and stability. So we're going to go through just a few balancing poses, some strength poses, and then we will just relax. So let's begin by shaking out anything, any thoughts, releasing any tension you might have, taking some nice deep breaths, and combining these body movements along with our breath. So inhaling, bringing your arms up. Exhaling, bringing your arms down. Maybe let's do some side bends. And I want you to just flow with your body and just go at your own pace here, flowing back and forth, matching movement with your breath. Just let yourself flow, whatever feels good. I'm doing whatever is feeling good in my body. Maybe let's increase that flow of bending from side to side. So widening your stance here, you can bring a little bend to your knees. And let's just flow with this. So let's come over to the left, bend, and then bend, folding over our bent knees to the right and around and back up. And let's just switch the directions, inhaling, and exhaling as we fold it forward, inhaling, coming back up, exhaling, folding forward and around. And just see what you notice as you're in this motion. Let's go one more time. Maybe let's throw in a few twists in here, warming up the spine. So we can stay in this wide leg position, knees slightly bent, and maybe just take a nice inhale, and then just twist over to the left. You can have your arms out at your sides, or maybe you bring your hand to your waist. Maybe you want to wrap both hands around your waist. Just bringing a gentle twist, or just looking over to that side. Inhaling, and then let's switch that to the opposite side. This feels good to me. Just a gentle twist. Let's try that again. Twist to the other side. And again to the other side. And then maybe let's do a few cat-cows. So again, we can bend our knees. We can place our hands on our thighs. Inhaling in the cow, bringing our belly down, chin up. Exhaling, bringing your chin to the chest and arching the back. And at your own pace, just do a few of those. One more. Roll yourself up. And I don't know, I'm thinking because we're going to be practicing some balance poses, let's begin to incorporate that. Maybe just bringing up your right leg and holding it up. Your knee could be bent or it could be straight. Just practice balancing, practice having your foot like rooted into the mat. Practice moving your arms around. Inhaling and exhaling. And then switch to the other side and just do the same thing. Just practicing our balance. You can hold on to a chair if you need to. And then practice letting go. And from here, let's begin going into our first balance pose. So I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna step a little bit to the center of my mat so I have enough space. And we're just gonna get right into it. So the first one is a warrior 3. And that's building strength and resilience. So let's think about these poses. Not only we're working ourselves physically here on the mat, but then taking that focus, that stability, that patience, that compassion that we're having for ourselves on the mat, and then when we're off the mat, to bring that to our everyday life and situations when we are faced with different things, right? So let's come into a warrior 3. Not even gonna come down to the mat. Just bring back, let's practice with bringing back the right leg. Okay, hopefully you can see good here. So press firmly through this front leg. Okay, again, you have blocks. You can use blocks with this. You can use a chair, a wall, okay? And then just practice lifting up that back leg. So you might wanna practice just little by little, lifting a little bit at a time, or you might wanna just get right into it. You can use your blocks here, and you're gonna bring that back leg up, parallel to the floor. Foot is flexed, and you're gonna feel like you're shooting some energy out that foot to the back. So you can use your blocks and do it this way. You can use a chair, holding on to something. You can use a wall, or if you feel comfortable, you can just practice balancing, bringing your arms to the sides. Try to turn this lifted leg, the inner thigh in, toes are facing the floor. You can bring your arms out in front, or maybe reach behind you. So just really play with this, take your time, try different ways to become connected with this balance. Tighten up that core, activate that standing leg. Okay, from here, let's practice the half moon pose. So for this one, we can either go right into it, or we can bend this front leg. We can also use blocks here. Bend this front leg. Our hips are gonna open up out to the side. Back leg is gonna be parallel or wherever you want it to be, honestly. And we can work our way up to bringing that hand to the ceiling. You can look straight out in front and just breathe. Again, blocks or a chair can be used for this pose. Really activate the core. both legs are working, and you can slowly, slowly begin to bring your gaze up to your hand, but I'm not there. So you practice what is best for you. This is very wobbly at this moment, and it's okay. Take one more breath here and come down. There's another way that you can practice this pose where you can bring your knee down to the floor and palms on the floor, and you can lift your leg here and your arm, and here I can definitely look at my hands. So there's different ways that you can practice these poses where it works for you and your body and your comfort, and every day is different. Okay, so from our half moon pose, we're gonna now go to the opposite side. So now I'm going to have the opposite foot forward, practicing this warrior 3, finding my balance. Again, you could use your blocks here. So find ways, I'll bring them and show again. Find ways here to help yourself. You can come right into the pose this way. Or this way. And let's try to remember all the cues. Flex foot, energy is pushing back behind you. Trying to bring your leg parallel to the floor and your upper body as well. Toes facing the floor. Your inner thigh rolls in. And if it's possible, you can look ahead. If you have a mirror, give yourself a smile. And remember, you have all these ways to practice your balance. Your arms could be to the back, at your sides, or out in front. So whatever feels good in this moment is what you should be practicing. Okay, and let's come out of that and go into half moon on this side. So let's see. We can either go straight into it. So if you're in warrior 3 and you want to come right into it, you can bring your hand down to the block or the floor. Okay, though that lifted leg, the toes are pointing out to the side, and you're trying to open up your hips here, your chest, and bringing this arm above. It's not that easy. Okay, or you can come bend your knee, get your positioning in first, and then begin to lift that leg slowly and opening up. And maybe we need something a little higher, but you don't want to be in the chair. We can try with 2 blocks. And just try your best. Try your best to stay focused. Acknowledging yourself for making the effort of practicing. Okay, you can come down to the knee and practice that way as well. So bringing the knee to the mat, placing the palm on the floor, my arm is up. Open hips, chest, and bringing that leg parallel to the floor. Toes are pointing out to the side as well. And then maybe here, you can look up. Taking a few breaths here. And coming out of that. So it's all about meeting yourself where you are, and having fun with this is like the best thing ever. All right, so from here, let's practice tree pose, another balance pose. So for tree pose, again, we can use a wall, a chair to help us with our balance, and just practice letting go of your prop. If not, we can place one of the feet. So right now I'm placing my left foot, a heel on my right ankle, and we're using that as a kickstand. So you can come here and just practice your alignment, you know, making sure your shoulders are away from your ears, your belly button is tucked in through your spine, and that knee is aiming to face outwards. Just taking a few breaths here. Just practice the alignment, how you feel, the comfort, you know, and then from there you can start to bring your foot up on your shin. And then you can practice bringing your foot up to, I'm sorry, I have a little bit of the giggles right now. My balance today, and this is why I felt like I needed to practice my balance. So you can bring your foot up to your thigh. Maybe have your arms out to the side to help you catch that balance, find that focal point, and then you can do whatever you want with your arms. I like to do this, placing my palms together above my head, and then bringing them down to my heart center, really trying to push those hips forward and trying not to bring my shoulders up to my ears. And just breathing here. And allowing myself to wobble, but stand strong in my wobble. So coming out of that, okay? And just a reminder that the tree pose is helping us to center our mind and our body. So let's practice that on the other side. Again, you can use your foot as a kickstand, bring it to your shin, or come up to your thigh. I know that some practice bringing their foot up here and holding it this way. So that's another option. Okay, you can do that too. I like this one. And also, one thing that I wanted to mention was, when you're doing this, not only, you know, having your whole foot rooted down into the mat, but also remembering to press your foot into that standing thigh and press that thigh into the foot. And that's helping us to stay balanced. So, you know, both sides of our body are engaged in this move, not just the standing leg. And then really try to be nice, straight, stand tall, embracing yourself, and connecting with yourself as you are, and just really being aware of your body and being present in this moment. What are you feeling? And then you can gently come out of that. Okay, so from there, those are our main balancing poses that I like to practice. From here, we're gonna go to thinking how to incorporate. Let's go into chair pose. So we're gonna go into our chair pose, bending the knees, sitting the hips back. Again, this is not, doesn't have to be perfect. Just practice sitting the hips back. And your feet could be hip distance apart. Some people prefer to have them close together. So it's all about practicing what's good for you and just kind of sitting into that. Your hands could be out in front of you. You can bring them by your ears. So find what's comfortable to you today in this moment. Just remembering your belly is always tucked into your spine. And let your neck follow the lead of your spine. Sit into that best that you can. And maybe take a break and come out. And maybe we can practice that one more time. Sitting the hips back and sending the arms forward. Or maybe you feel more comfortable having your hands on your thighs. And coming out of that, let's take a nice inhale. Bend the knees and fold forward. Now with bends and twists, I always like to think about them as releasing, relieving any tension. So just fold over here. Maybe you widen your feet a bit and just sway from side to side, just relaxing into this forward fold. And then you gently lift yourself up from that forward fold. And we can come down to the mat. And here we can use some rolled up towels, blanket, or blocks. Even, we're gonna come into a reclined bound angle where it's a little bit more of releasing some tension and just starting to promote some relaxation before we come into our corpse pose. So bringing the bottom of your feet together and just relaxing here. If this does not feel comfortable, you do not have to do this. You can find a different rest pose. You can bring your knees in towards each other if you just want to go straight to that rest, or you can, instead of having your legs down this way, you can grab on to your feet and come to your bound angle this way, bringing your feet closer in towards your chest. Or maybe you just want to hold on to your feet and come to happy baby. So really you find what works for you in this moment, what feels the most comfortable to you. And just laying here, continue connecting with yourself, with your breath. You worked hard in some balance poses. And now it's time to just relax. If you want to continue in bounce angle, you can, or gently use your hands to bring your legs together, and you can bring them out on the mat, bringing each leg to each side of the mat, bringing your hands to your sides, palms facing up. And maybe we can practice a little bit more relaxation. So continue to breathe at your own pace. And then slowly begin to squeeze your toes. Squeeze them, making them tense up a little bit. Maybe even your ankles. Maybe you point them or flex them. And just begin to squeeze, 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 and then let that go. So we're creating a little tenseness, but then we're gonna relax our body right afterwards, which leads us to a more melting feeling. So now focus on your calves, your knees and your calves, and just squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then let that go. Nice deep breath. And when you're ready, begin to tense up your thigh muscles. Some muscles there. Tense it up, tense it up. Activate those muscles. Squeeze. And then let that go. And then we'll do that with the glutes. Your next exhale. Let's begin to squeeze the glutes. Activate those muscles. Squeeze, 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 squeeze as hard as you can. And let that go. Breathe into that melting feeling. From there, tense up your tummy, your abs. Squeeze, tense it up like if you were gonna get a nice punch there. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Still breathing. We're not holding our breath throughout any of this. And then let it go. And now maybe our chest muscles. Squeeze, tense them up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And let that go. Now our arms. Let's make some muscles here. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze hard. And then let that go. Let's do that with our fists. Clench the fist. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then let that go. Press your back into the floor, your shoulders. Press them down into the mat. Tense up that back and let it go. face, you can make a face, squeeze your eyes, tense up the face, and let that go. And so now your body should be in a more relaxed state. And you can take this time to stay here, continuing to melt your body into the mat. This can be a good time for meditation or a visualization. Maybe envisioning a beautiful, soft, relaxing light surrounding your body. Whatever is calming to you, be a soft, calming blue or lavender light. Whatever is coming to you is what you should practice doing. Giving yourself this time to just be, to just lay here and just to relax. So you can do that, or if you're ready, you can begin to wiggle your toes, your fingers. Bring your knees to a bend, bring your feet flat on the floor. Gently rolling yourself over to your favorite side, using the top hand to press yourself up from the floor and come into a seated position. Eyes can still be closed or open. Smiling and just feeling satisfied in what you've done for yourself, taking time to take care of yourself and nurture yourself in different ways is really important for life. Finding ways to create balance for yourself, and you're helping others. You're helping to create balance for others, for your loved ones that are around you in your everyday life. So just remember, if you want to help somebody else, it's always best to help yourself. Help yourself first. Give to yourself first. Nurture yourself first, because you deserve it. You're a beautiful, 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 amazing being here, and you deserve to love yourself, nurture yourself, care for yourself, do the right things for yourself first. And then you can help many people in many ways. You know, once you are filling yourself up with this strength of love and care for yourself, then you have enough to give to others. Once you are doing this for yourself, you know, you may not realize who's watching around you. And you are a positive, you know, example to others around you just by taking care of yourself. So thank you, thank you, thank you for being here and flowing with me, you know, at my own pace. And I'm just practicing being, and just want to share that. So thank you so much. Take a nice inhale in and exhale out. Thank you to you. Thank you to our loved ones. Thank you to our ancestors. Thank you to the divine. Thank you to the universal energies. Thank you to everything and all surrounding us and within us. the light in me sees the light in you. So thank you, and I'm sending lots of love and lots of light and everything right. Thank you so much.